Flights of Fancy.
Hello again and welcome back.
Thanks for not leaving.
This episode's topic is how has flight affected pop culture?
This is important, as it's all about how flight has affected your day-to-day life, including the media you consume.
Pop culture is defined as modern popular culture transmitted via the mass media and aimed particularly at younger people.
Mass media is anything from music to video games to the literature you read. It's really up to interpretation.
And because the actual concept is subjective, how that concept has been affected by something else is difficult and an expansive question.
Thing 1.
Flight, since the beginning of time, has been seen as an immense power, and while the general social ideas have moved on lizards and bird-headed men, flight has still remained with much of the emotions connected to it.
In reality, the only thing that has changed is how that image is fed to us. We've moved on from painting on walls to presenting it through film and literature.
Take, for example, Neo.
Whoosh!
Yes, Finn, very good. Anyway, within the Neo universe, his final ascension to the One is symbolized by the ability to fly. This shows that even his extreme powers before this ascension are considered below, or at least equally, to the ability of flight.
This is not the only example, however, not by a long stretch. When compared, flight is actually one of the most cliché and common superpowers found in books, film, and comics.
This shows that flight is, and always has been, a force to be reckoned with.
Thing 2.
It's funny how not only has flight affected what we consume, but also how we consume it.
Flight has allowed popular culture to become even more popular and more effective at presenting itself to you. It allowed for the express sharing of media in many ways, allowing them to gain a bigger following.
Before more recent times, many forms of media had to be physically moved in some way or another. Even early recordings of TV shows and such had to be moved, though not house to house, but region to region, due to how limited transmitting and receiving technology was during that time.
Flight allowed this media to be moved larger distances within shorter time spans, allowing for greater discussion and sharing of fan-related materials over an individual series. And as we all know, modern media is about how easily we can share said media, not just the quality of the media itself. Thing 3. Quite recently, there's been a shift in the fascination of mechanical flight. It has become a tool for some and even a normality for others. The things that were once considered fascinating and amazing are now considered mediocre and normal.
We make this seem like a terrible thing that's only happened recently, but this just isn't the case.
In the end, it's just like any other innovation. Eventually, they stop being so innovative.
Take fire, for instance. Back in the Stone Age, it was probably the most innovative thing ever. But if you went around parading a match as the next big thing, someone would think you were crazy.
But if you went around parading a flamethrower, it would be still seen as something new and fascinating. Well, not really, as I've personally found out, but that's all that's happened here. While ordinary flight has been normalised, the fascination is still there. It's just moved on.
What has it moved on to, you may ask? Well, tons of things. Take, for example, drones.
And gliders, professional parachuters like myself, and space!
Exactly. A lot of the effort in flight today is trying not only to reach further into the stars, but commercialise that technology so that it is no longer restricted to those with intense training.
Thing 4.
Just as birds had important symbolism in the past, modern art has taken its own meaning from it.
On the screen are some examples of flight and modern art.
They all symbolise something very different, but there are some similarities.
The idea of freedom is present in a lot of these pieces, whether that means the freedom of change or the freedom to express yourself.
Some of them even refer to flight as the feeling gained by doing something else, or as how something evolves or moves.
Some even use flight as a way of representing some of the problems our society faces today.
Flight has given another tool for expression to art, and with another tool for expressing the artist's feelings for this particular work, allows for that feeling to be inherited by many others. To recap again, what have we learnt, Finn?
We learned how areas of popular culture have used flight to give meaning to pieces and characters, as well as how areas have evolved some previous concepts of flight for modern use in modern times.
Just like our last video, we hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a like,